Hey, how you doing today? It's Bob Vokes here from the Gilligaloo with the Gilligaloo. How you doing? Oh, I'm not supposed to show my hands doing that, am I? I just thought I'd jump on here today and talk about a few things that are kind of exciting and really reveal a brand new product. I know. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, how you doing? We're back in here. We just thought we'd do a little bit of fun there with the Gilligaloo puppet. Finally arrived. Our full complement of, guess what? They're here. Squirrel Buster suet feeders. We have a full load of them in here at the store. We have about 15 of them in behind the counter that were pre-orders by people, and our other inventory is here. We got some back orders in today, so we're ready to rock for suet feeders for the winter time. Winter is on the way, and if winter is on the way, that means migration has also been underway, right? So here we are, last day of September. 2019. I thought I'd talk a little bit about migration. You know, we've talked the last little while about a variety of different topics relating to migration in terms of the timing as to when certain birds leave. You know, we talked about the orioles and the flycatchers and those birds that are earlier departures, so tail end of August, middle of August into September. And then we talked about the goldfinches, that they don't nest until August and into September. So right now lots of people are telling us, and we are having it as well, about lots of fledglings at our feeders right now. So it's an exciting time for that. We're having some people that are having some transient hummingbirds still stopping at their feeders. A lot of the bulk of the hummingbirds have moved through. Some of the younger birds kind of hang in. I had some questions the other day about some cottagers and wondering when loons leave and when they depart. So obviously that's taking place as well. Some of the loons are hanging around, but I've seen loons way into Thanksgiving weekend or longer. And sometimes some of the younger birds get a little confused. They don't leave with maybe some of the main groups, and they get kind of caught up and they linger. And last year a couple people even talked to us about some loons that they were really afraid of that were going to perish because the lakes were starting to freeze and they didn't seem to know what to do. So that can happen as well. So now we've got into September, into mid-September, and now we're at the very last day of September. And so a lot of the warblers have moved through, although we still have some say yellow-rumped and those kind of, they're early arrivals, late departures, so they're still kind of lingering around. A lot of the shorebirds are moving through. Now we're starting to see some of the diving ducks and puddle ducks, as they call them, are starting to group up, and they're going to start to leave and things as we transition into October and into November for the full migration to sort of complete as a thing. So what can you do to enjoy that? Obviously you can get outside, check it all out, and pay attention. You can see what's going on in and around your feeder. We have lots of people that feed mealworms, so that attracts different types of birds that can stop at your feeders that normally aren't seed eaters, so like the warblers and that kind of stuff. Have water available in your backyard and that'll attract them as well. But there's also a couple of different things that you certainly can do. And it's in, I'll just grab it here, excuse me. I had this turn off my birds. So here we go. This is a site that I kind of like. Let me get this up here a little bit. I like this this particular site. It's Cornell University. It's called Birdcast. It has live migrational map. As you can see, all the different directional arrows and different things that are taking place there. It's a live feed, so you can hit the start button right there, and then it'll show you hour by hour as they move through. And there's some other great resources on this particular page as well, and it talks about some different research and different whatever. You can sign up to get notifications on this particular site and things. There is other and as it works through actual time frames. There's scientific discussion on migration and some different things that are happening. There's some people resources and stuff on some of the researchers and some of the work that they do. And then there's a research button about all the different things. And you can see the different tabs that we have in the corners here on things that you can access about migration. So again, that's the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, and it's called Birdcast. So if you just Google birdcast.info, and that's cast, C-A-S-T, you'll come to this particular site, and it'll give you a whole bunch of information about migration of different types of birds and numbers and stuff. And you may have noticed on our Facebook page, we had quoted a bunch of stuff about some research being done and about the amount of bird deaths that and numbers of birds that have declined over the last 40 years. And those numbers are absolutely staggering. So it's why we talk about creating habitat and all those kind of things, and why we pay attention to migration and what's going on, so that we can get a handle on what we can do to help the birds. So that's a lot about what we do here, and why we do it is because we can add value to our nature partners and what have you. So Birdcast is a great thing. Get out, fill your feeders, go for a walk, see what you can see what you can hear. Birds are a little quieter this time of year, of course, but fall migration is, you know, it's, I would say 2/3 of the way through at least, because we've moved into those late departure birds, like some of the late departing warblers, and then the waterbirds, shorebirds, and getting into the ducks and geese and things as the last ones to kind of pull out. A lot of the northern birds are coming down, so the mergansers and the buffleheads and those kind of things are going to start to show up, and we'll be here through into November, and then she'd be wintertime. Get ready to rock and roll for wintertime. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you again real soon.